Today, when a club wins the Premier League, they will lose their 3 highest rated players. And if that same club wins the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup, they will lose an extra player for every cup that they win on top of winning the Premier League. But we're not going to keep it that simple, because players aren't just going to go to free agency. The players that the winning club loses are going to stay in the Premier League, and they will go to the last team that avoids relegation. So a club that finishes in 17th place, which is the last place to avoid relegation in the Premier League, they will hit the jackpot and get all those players from the winning club. I got a feeling this is going to be absolutely hilarious. We're going to go all the way to 2030 and see what the Prem would look like if the winning team had to give up all their best players. All right, guys, so season 1 in the Premier League is over. Let's see who's going to be losing their star players. Who won the Premier League? Well, it was Manchester City. Manchester City won the Prem on 81 points, beating out Man United. Man United was very, very close, but they came 1 point short. So it will be Manchester City that loses 3 of their players to the 17th club. But before we go and see who finished in 17th place, we have to check the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup if Man City did the double or the treble. They didn't win the FA Cup. It was Chelsea 3-2 over Brighton. But Manchester City did win the Carabao Cup 3-1 over Nottingham Forest, which means Manchester City will lose 3 players for winning the Premier League and a 4th player for winning the Carabao Cup and doing the double. So now that we know that Man City is going to lose 4 players, let's scroll and see who finished in 17th place. The last club that avoided relegation will get 4 of Man City's best players. Everton is in 14th. Crystal Palace is in 15th. Bournemouth is in 16th. Oh, it's not Bournemouth. In 17th, it's Wolves. Ipswich, Brentford, and Forest are relegated, but Wolves, they won the lottery, guys. So in the next season, these 4 players will be playing for Wolves instead of Manchester City. The first one is Erling Haaland because he's 92 overall. The second one is Rodri. He's going to become a Wolves player. The third is Ruben Diaz. He's also going to Wolves. And the fourth one, as a 33-year-old, 89 overall central midfielder, it is Kevin De Bruyne. Man City is absolutely toast. They're not going to be able to win anything after losing those 4. And there we go. Erling Haaland and the boys are unveiled at Wolves for the upcoming season. Let's go and see how Wolves do after they just got a bunch of superstars. As we simulate to season 2 to see how Wolves do with their 4 new superstars and see how Manchester City performs without their 4 superstars, you make sure to hit that subscribe button because FC25 stuff is right around the corner. Season number 2 is over, guys, and I just noticed, look what Manchester City did after they lost Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne. They paid 180 million for Camavinga from Real Madrid, like a direct replacement. And they brought in João Felix from Atletico Madrid as well for 73 million. These guys were panicking. But was it enough for Manchester City to win the league in season 2? And the answer is no, it was not. It was Liverpool that won it on 73 points. West Ham in 2nd place. West Ham United in 2nd place. Man City in 3rd on 67 points. And Wolves finished in 5th after all those 4 signings. So unfortunately, it will be Liverpool that loses at the very minimum 3 players. Let's go and check the cups. Did Liverpool manage to win any cups? Yeah, they won the FA Cup, so that is a double, so they will lose an extra player for winning the FA Cup, so that is 4. But Liverpool did not do the treble. It was Arsenal that won the Carabao Cup 5-4 on penalties over Chelsea. So unfortunately, it is confirmed that Liverpool will be losing 4 of their best and highest rated players to the team that finished in 17th place. Let's find out who that is. Leicester is in 10th, Aston Villa in 11th, Fulham in 12th, Brighton in 13th, Everton in 14th, 15th is Southampton, 16th is Crystal Palace, and 17th is Coventry City. Oh my gosh, this is insane because Coventry City were obviously promoted from season 1. They avoided relegation, finished in 17th place, and now they're going to get paid. They're going to get Liverpool's 4 best players and automatically become a contender in the Premier League. While Leeds United, Bournemouth, and Norwich are going down to the championship. Man, Bournemouth, I expected so much better from you. This is so disappointing. So who are Liverpool's 4 highest rated players? Well, one is Alisson. He's 89 overall. He's a Coventry City player in season 3. Trent Alexander-Arnold is also headed to Coventry City because he's an 88 rated player. And so is Jules Koundé. Yep, Liverpool has Jules Koundé in season 2. They bought him obviously from Barcelona, but all of a sudden Jules Koundé, he's heading to Coventry City. And the other and final player, it is 87 rated 34-year-old Virgil Virgil van Dijk. So basically, Coventry City just completely improved their back line. 2 center backs, a right back, and a goalkeeper. I actually can't wait to see how Coventry performs in season 3. And is Liverpool gonna get relegated? The end of season 3, and we're gonna go through some transfers, guys, before we go and see who won the Premier League. There's been a lot of random moves that happened. So Man City sold John Stones to Spurs for 51 million. And Wolves keep on bolstering their roster. They signed Pepello from Valencia for almost 52 million. I wonder if that's enough to get him the title in season 3. Manchester City is still in panic mode. They're still trying to replace the 4 players that they lost, so they signed Lenormand from Atletico Madrid for 60 million. While Liverpool, to replace the gone Virgil van Dijk who went to Coventry City, they signed Kim Min-jae from Bayern Munich. But then Liverpool went and sold Alexis McAllister to Atletico Madrid for 95 million. And Darwin Nunez left to Bayer Leverkusen. But the most random transfer is actually Julian Alvarez coming back to Manchester City from Atletico Madrid for almost 110 million. So who won the Premier League in season 3? Was it Wolves? Was it Coventry City? Was it Man City? No, it was neither. We have a brand new winner, and it is Arsenal on 72 points. Chelsea finished in second. Arsenal had a better goal difference. Arsenal is going to lose players. Man City finished in 4th. Liverpool finished in 5th, and Wolves finished in 8th. But we have to go and check the cups to see if Arsenal did the double or the treble. Well, in the FA Cup, they did not win it. It was Man City over Crystal Palace on penalties. And the Carabao Cup was won by Liverpool, also on penalties over West Ham. So Arsenal only will lose 3 of their best players. So who finished in 17th? Where are the 3 best Arsenal players will be playing next season? Let's find out. West Ham is in 9th, Spurs in 10th, Brighton in 12th, Forest in 13th, Palace in 14th, Fulham in 15th, Leicester City in 16th. 17th place went to Everton. Arsenal is losing 3 players to Everton. But where is Coventry City? Southampton is in 18th. Coventry City got relegated after getting those players from Liverpool. Coventry City is going down to the championship. I mean, how did this happen with Coventry City? Trent is still here. Alisson is still here. Serginho Dest is here. How did this team get relegated? Koundé is 89 overall now, and they still somehow went down. I don't understand, honestly. I really don't understand. Van Dijk is still here as well, 84 overall. So I guess those 4 Liverpool superstars, they'll be playing in the championship next season. So who are the 3 players that Everton will be getting from Arsenal? One will be Martin Odegaard, 90 overall. The second player is Bukayo Saka, who's 25 years old in the prime of his career, and he is 90 overall as well. And the third player is William Saliba, 89 rated. Man, Odegaard, Saka, and Saliba at Everton in season 4. I can't even imagine that. And there we go. Bukayo Saka is all of a sudden an Everton player. The end of season 4. Let's see what kind of transfers happened before we go and see who won the Premier League. Well, Manchester City is still trying to bolster their back line. They signed Mickey Van de Ven from Spurs for 60 million. And Liverpool is also still trying to recover from losing Virgil van Dijk. They signed Pacho from Lille for 61 million. And for some reason, Liverpool also signed Nicholas Jackson, who is at Aston Villa in season 4. Now he's the Liverpool player. There's actually some crazy transfers going on in season 4. Leroy Sané left Bayern Munich to play at Crystal Palace for 77 million. And Wolves again signed yet another midfielder in Fratesi, this time from Sassuolo, for 80 million. I mean, look at Manchester City go. They even got Eder Militao from Real Madrid for almost 100 mil. But I guess the João Felix saga at Manchester City didn't work out because he left to Newcastle. While Savio left to Bayern Munich for Manchester City, but City automatically replaced him with Torres from Barcelona. And just another random one, Lautaro Martinez left Inter to play at Aston Villa under Unai Emery. Good evening.
Good evening.
Let's see who won the Premier League in season 4 and who will be losing some players. Wolves, maybe Arsenal, maybe Everton, maybe Liverpool. None of the above. It was once again Manchester City on 86 points. So City once again will be losing at a minimum of 3 players. Wolves did finish in 3rd though, Newcastle in 4th, and Liverpool rounded off the top 5. Everton climbed up to 9th, Crystal Palace in 10th, and Arsenal, after losing Saka, Odegaard, and Saliba to Everton, they finished in 11th. Did Manchester City do the double or the treble though, to see if they lose maybe 4 or even 5 of their best players? Well, the FA Cup, it was won by Newcastle 4-1 over Arsenal. While the Carabao Cup, it was won by a Manchester club, but it was Manchester United 2-0 over Liverpool. So City will only lose 3 players, not 4 or 5. But who will those 3 players go to from Manchester City? We saw Man United is in 12th. Bournemouth finished in 13th. Fulham in 14th. Leicester in 15th. Brighton in 16th. And the winner of the Manchester City lottery sweepstakes in 17th place in season 4, Brentford. 3 of the best Manchester City players for season 5 are headed to Brentford. While Forest, Sheffield United, and Ipswich Town, they're going back to the championship. Now, these top 3 players for Man City going to Brentford are actually incredible. One is Camavinga, who's 90 rated. The other one is Phil Foden, who's still in the prime of his career at 28 years old, also 90 overall. And the last one is a player they just recently signed. It is Eder Militao. He came to Manchester City, and now he's going to Brentford. And would you look at that? There is Camavinga in a Brentford kit. This is actually hilarious. Manchester City, in a span of 4 seasons, have lost 7 players. 4 to Wolves, 3 to Brentford, and they've still won the title twice. Let's go to the end of season 5 to see if Manchester City is going to be in absolute panic mode again. Season 5 is in the books. As usual, we're going to go through some transfers to see who did what. Diogo Jota is now a Manchester City player. He left Roma. He was at Roma. He came back to the Premier League to play at Man City. While Brentford, who just received 3 Man City players, got Yan Couto as well from Stade Rennais for 72 million. And Everton signed yet another former Arsenal player in Gabriel, but this time he was already at Atletico Madrid. Now he's an Everton player, 73 million. But it looks like Liverpool is actually completely finished, guys. They even sold Cody Gakpo to Roma for 76 million. The time of Jules Koundé at Coventry City has come to an end. They had to sell him. He went to Bayer Leverkusen for almost 140 million. Man, Coventry City is filthy rich. And Coventry City sold Trent Alexander-Arnold as well to Napoli for over 100 million. So let's see which club won the Premier League in season 5, because they're about to lose some players. Well, it was Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea won the Premier League over Manchester City, who did manage to finish in 2nd place. Spurs finished in 3rd, Man United in 4th, Newcastle in 5th, Liverpool in 7th, while Everton is in 11th and Arsenal is all the way down in 13th. But did Chelsea win any of the cups to lose even more players? The FA Cup? No. It was won by Liverpool 1-0 over Newcastle. And Liverpool actually did the double. They won both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup, they won 2-1 over Arsenal, but Liverpool does not lose any players because they didn't win the Premier League. It will still be Chelsea. So maybe Liverpool is actually not finished after all. But which club will be receiving Chelsea's 3 best players? Let's find out. West Ham is in 14th. Bournemouth is in 15th. Brentford, 3 signings from Arsenal, man. And you still finished in 16th. That is very, very bad. And in 17th place, it is Leeds United. 3 of the best Chelsea players are heading to Leeds. While Southampton, Fulham, and Burnley all got relegated, and this is why Coventry City had to sell their players, because they didn't even make it back up somehow. So let's see which 3 players from Chelsea Leeds will be getting. The first one is Cole Palmer, 88 rated at 27 years old. Welcome to Leeds United in season 6. The next one is Reece James, 29 years old, 87 overall. And the third one, it is Caicedo, who's 27 years of age and 86 rated. Look how hilarious this is. Cole Palmer is at Leeds United. I wonder if Leeds are gonna cook with these 3 additions in season 6. The end of season 6, the end of the 2030 season. What transfers took place? Let's find out. Wolves are still trying to win the Premier League, guys. They signed Cherki from Real Sociedad for 57 million. While Kobe Mainoo, at 25 years old, actually left Manchester United to Aston Villa for only 58 million. That is a bargain. Leeds also bolstered their lineup. They signed the 26-year-old Charlie Patino, former Arsenal prospect, I believe. He was playing at Fiorentina, but now he's at Leeds United for almost 60 million. If you remember, Fertesi joined Wolves only like 2 seasons ago, but he left Wolves for Villarreal for almost 70 million, and Wolves used that money to bolster their back line, and they signed Bisek from Freiburg for 70 million. Wolves doing a lot of business in season 6. I wonder if they won anything. Man City sold Echeverri to Fiorentina for 73 million and replaced him with Farias from AC Milan for 74 million. While the 33-year-old Ruben Diaz, he's been a nice servant for Wolves for almost 6 years now. He joined Wolves from Manchester City in season 1. He has gone to Arsenal for still almost 85 million, and Brentford signed Vitinha for 85 million. What? What? Man City also signed Nusa from Club Brugge for 88 million. These transfers are actually outrageous. And Wolves replaced Ruben Diaz with Antonio Silva from Chelsea for 100 million. So let's see who won the Premier League in season 6 in the year 2030. With 3 players that they received 3 seasons ago from Arsenal, Everton are crowned Premier League champions on 70 points, 1 point above Arsenal, who they got the players from. Manchester City in 3rd, Liverpool in 4th, Leicester City came in 5th on 65 points, Newcastle in 6th, Chelsea in 7th, Man United in 8th. While the FA Cup was won by Liverpool 2-1 over Bournemouth. In this video, man, Liverpool has won the cup so many times. And the Carabao Cup was won by Newcastle United over West Ham 2-1. And if we kept on going, Everton would have to sell their players to the 17th place club. Leeds United finished in 12th. Wolves, man, after all that business, very, very disappointing, man. In 13th, Brentford in 14th, Forest in 15th, Brighton in 16th, and Crystal Palace would have gotten Everton's 3 best players. While Bournemouth, Coventry City, and Middlesbrough would have gotten relegated. Coventry City finally came back up, and they went right back down. I want to see what Everton's squad looks like. They got the Canadian Jonathan David at the club. He's 83 overall. And they got Yusuf Fofana as well. Remember that Gabriel moved over too, and he won the Premier League with Everton. Malacia is at Everton. Dwight McNeil is still at Everton. But so is Andre Onana. That's their starting goalkeeper, man. Bukayo Saka is still here. William Saliba is still here. And Arthur Vermeeren, who's 87 overall. Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Manchester United is also here for some reason. And yeah, Martin Odegaard, he's still at Everton too. What a team Everton turned out to be. Now, another club I really want to look at is Wolves, because Wolves got so many good players, man. We've seen them make transfers after transfer after transfer, and they never even came close to winning the Prem. But Ait Nouri is still at the club. He's 84 overall. Bisek is 85 overall. Hugo Bueno is 81. Rayan Cherki is 84. The 34-year-old Serge Gnabry is at Wolves now. Joao Gomez is here, and believe it or not, Erling Haaland as well. 94 rated, couldn't win them the Prem, man. Legit, Wolves have so many good players. I have no idea how they didn't win anything. Alex Meret is their starting goalkeeper. Pedro Neto is here. Marcus Rashford is here. Rodri is still here, and he's 89 rated. They signed Antonio Silva. They signed Ruben van Bommel, and still won nothing. And the last club I want to go over is the infamous Manchester City. They kept on losing players. They kept on making panic signings, but they haven't won the Premier League since season 4. Thiago Almada is 88 rated. He's there. Leonardo Balerdi is there, the center back. He's 83 rated. Oscar Baba, 26 years old. He's 80 rated. Calvin Bassey is 83 overall. Josko Gvardiol is now an 88. They still have Diogo Jota, who signed for them a few seasons ago, and Maxence Lacroix as well. Antonio Nusa is here at 85, while Julian Alvarez is still at Manchester City. Mickey Van de Ven is here. Yuri Tielemans is here, and Ferran Torres, who's 88. But that's really it. I honestly expected them to have a much better lineup. Hey, if your club won anything during this video, hit the like button for me and the subscribe button with the little noti bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And let me know down in the comments which club you were most surprised with and which club disappointed you the most. For me, it was 100% Wolves. Take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of each other. Stay happy, stay healthy. FC 25 is around the corner, so be sure to expect videos like this all year long. Let's go. Peace, 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 peace.